Good morning, everyone. I'm here with Miss Doris Alcivar from the Career Services here at UCF. I'm going to ask some questions about what career services advices to students looking for internships. So, uh, do you have any particular internship that you think would be best suited for someone that doesn't really know what field they want to go into yet?
Sure. That's a great question, Armando. And that's a very valid question. We know that students might not know exactly what they want to do when they graduate college or when they're looking for internships. And so it's really important, whether you're looking for an internship or whether you're looking for a job, to actually do some research beforehand. Learn about different industries, what they have to offer, and the different types of positions you can have. When you begin applying, again, you don't necessarily need to know exactly what it is that you want to do, but you want to have an idea at least about the industry. And there's different ways to do research on industries. You can attend different employer events. Right now, everything is being held virtually at UCF, and many employers are posting information sessions and coffee chats for students to learn about their industry and specific jobs in those areas. You can find a lot of information online as well. You can hear from your faculty in their classes when they're talking about different opportunities. You can go to their office hours and ask them about their experience in different industries. You can look at job descriptions and see an internship descriptions and kind of see what appeals to you as well. So again, you don't necessarily need to know exactly what you want to do in an internship or in a job, but you want to have a general idea of an industry that you want to explore further. You do have to talk about this in the interview when you're meeting with the employers. So at least knowing the industry will give you a heads up in the interview process.
Absolutely. So, say if the student's GPA isn't exactly the greatest, is it wrong to not include that in a resume or?
That's a really great question. The general rule of thumb is you only want to include your GPA on your resume if it's 3.0 or higher. If it's not a 3.0, don't include it on your resume, but be sure that you can explain why it's not on your resume, why you don't have a 3.0. And it could be a number of factors. You know, you might have majored in engineering your first semester and not done well in your classes, and then you transferred. And it can take a while to build up your GPA. So just be sure that you can explain why it's not on your GPA. It could be any number of factors. Maybe you had to withdraw from your classes one semester and that brought down your GPA. Again, changing majors is very common. Why GPAs aren't as high as they should be. You can have a different GPA for your major in addition to a cumulative GPA. So knowing that would be helpful as well to help explain why it's not on your resume.
Um, do you have any advice to realistically balance uh, a school work life with an unpaid internship added to that?
Sure. Balance is key for college students. And even when you graduate college, right, you're always going to have different things, different activities competing for your attention. And it's really important to organize your time. You want to make sure that you have time dedicated to your studies, to your coursework, to working if you're working, and then to an internship if it's an unpaid internship. So, really planning out your day, planning out your week is important. You can use a calendar, online calendar, paper calendar, a planner, um, post-it notes, but it's planning out your time does take some time, but it's really beneficial for students to look at where they're spending their time, where maybe they're not being as productive as they should be during the day, how they can save some time as well. You know, some students will listen to audiobooks if they have to drive a lot from class to work to back to home, etc. So again, take some time to plan out your day, make a to-do list, check things off as you get them done, and then reward yourself if you checked off everything off your list and really stuck to your schedule. You can reward yourself. You can take some time off or do something fun. That's okay, but only do that if you kind of completed all of your tasks.
Thank you so much for that. Do you have any tips for making customized cover letters for employers?
Sure. So each of your cover letters should be personalized and should be different for every opportunity that you're applying for. In your cover letter, you really want to focus on your accomplishments and your experience that are related to the opportunity you're applying to. So keep that in mind. Some positions don't require cover letters, but I would say if it gives you an opportunity to upload one, definitely do that, because it's going to give the employer more information about who you are and what you've accomplished in school and through your different activities, through your internships and jobs. So just make sure that each cover letter, again, is written specifically for the opportunity that you are looking to apply to.
Awesome. So we know career services helps students find internships. But in order to get credit for them, do they have to be found through career services, or what if I find one on my own?
Sure, that's a great question. So the building behind me on the screen here houses career services and experiential learning. We both use Handshake as a system where students can look for internships and they can look for part-time and full-time jobs as well. So if you're looking for academic credit for your internship that maybe you found on Handshake or maybe you found on your own, you will want to check in two places. You'll want to check with experiential learning, which is on the third floor of the building behind me. And then they work with the Office of Professional Development. So you can actually also start there as well. And they will work together to figure out if the internship meets all of the requirements for you to gain academic credit.
All right. How do you have any advice for students to tailor their resume to a specific company?
Yeah, that's a really great question. So very similar to how I answered the cover letter, you want to read the description, whether it's for an internship or a job, see what the keywords are, the words that are repeated a few times in the job description, and make sure that you have those words on your resume as well. For many big companies, resumes are scanned through a computer system, and it will pick up the resumes that have these keywords, because that's what the employer has indicated on their job description or their internship description. And so they're looking for the resumes that have those specific words, that specific vocabulary. So just make sure that you have those words on your resume, in your cover letter as well. You may need to tailor each resume depending on the positions that you're applying for to really showcase your experience and what you've accomplished. You don't necessarily need to have experience in that industry to apply. You just need to show your experience and what you've accomplished so far.
Alrighty. Well, thank you so much, Ms. Doris. That's all we have time for today. Thank you to everyone for watching. And hope this information was helpful.
Thank you, Armando. It was a pleasure speaking to you.